Hello again. It's Esther with you this morning with the weekly reflection. And I have to tell you, I'm on take 4. So a couple of the recent reflections have been a bit serious. So this week is going to be a wee bit frivolous. During a wee tidy up the other day, I do tidy up occasionally, I was thinking about how many things there are around the house that remind me of times past or events which we have been to. Obviously, most households have many pictures to record happy times or videos of the same, although they are not so readily to hand. And of course, mobile phones can hold hundreds of pictures or videos. But what other objects are reminders of people or places? And then I saw all the fridge magnets adorning the fridge. A few from the countries we have visited over the past, a tennis racket magnet from Wimbledon, a pen magnet from Jersey, little snowmen, yes, still on the fridge, angels, butterflies, a Cadbury's chocolate bar magnet made by my son, church magnets, and so on. But the things which then caught my eye in what I call my room in the house, where I do all my sewing or drawing or cutting out, etc., was the number of bookmarks I have gathered over the years. I won't tell you how many. As some of you will know, I'm a member of the church book club. Quite often, people turn down the corners of a page, or if the book has a cover, use that to keep the place. Others turn the book over at the place flat down on a surface. But in this way, the spine of the book can get torn and the pages begin to fall out. All you need is a wee piece of paper or cardboard to keep the place. However, if you use a Kindle, that particular problem doesn't arise. But the easy remedy is to use a bookmark, although there never seems to be one at hand when I need it. And so I began to look through the bookmarks, and it's amazing how many I have and how educational and funny they can be. I'll give you a few examples of the bookmarks I've collected. Some have been bought to give away and I've kept. Many have been free with a message highlighting their cause. On the top of the pile was one which highlighted cost of living support, giving details of any benefits that may be available to help people balance the budget, and lots of grants available for people with young families. A couple I have are from projects which our guild has supported over the years. The Free to Live Trust, which was rescuing victims of modern slavery and their innocent children from the red light district of the city of Pune in India. Another guild project called Journeying Together, which was empowering teenage mothers in Zambia, and it gave a lot of information in such a small space of a bookmark. A couple for young children to encourage reading with Titania and Fairy Top Tips, and tinkering about with bells on it. The other one had a pirate walking the plank with Moby Dick and Treasure Island depicted. And one of my favourites is the story of Esther, how she became queen and how later she saved her people. No guesses why I like it. But it's really quite funny other things people collect. Old bottle corks, bottle stoppers, snuff boxes, if you can remember what snuff was. I have 2 which belong to my granny, and I can still smell the snuff. Some of you may not be familiar with snuff, and I'm not advocating its use, but it is a powder obtained from tobacco, which is finely ground. Victorian women used it as a more refined way of getting the high from tobacco. It also believed to help relieve common colds, to stop snoring in the 1700s and 1800s. But here's a serious bit. Some people believe it's a safe alternative to smoking. However, still in use today, snuff isn't safe. Snuff has been linked to numerous health problems, and there are no safe tobacco products. I also have a selection of small jam jars. So I'm looking for any ideas about how I could use them because they are beginning to take up a lot of space. Whenever we're in the kitchen at church and jam jars are used, I get all the jam jars, and that's how I have a collection of jam jars. Recently, don't ask me why, I have kept the small white plastic file holders we got in the COVID testing boxes. But they're a reminder of the hard times we all experienced during the COVID lockdown. What use? I thought they could maybe be used as pen or pencil holders, but if anybody can come up with an idea how to use them, I would be very grateful. I also keep the things my children made at some time during their school years. For example, I use 2 wooden spice racks, wooden spoons, a wooden crocodile key holder, and a wooden jewellery box. Teachers were very keen on wooden objects in the 1980s and 1990s at school, and I'm not sure whether this is still as popular. But also on my key ring, I keep a red plastic triangle, also made by one of my sons, and a gold-coloured key for the Jaguar car which my dad owned many years ago. On a recent visit from my sister, we joked about the fact that she got the Jaguar car and I got the key. I still have same key, but she lost the car many, many years ago. Well, why do we keep these things? Well, we keep them to remember. During Holy Communion in church, we eat bread and drink wine. Jesus said, "Do this to remember me." And nostalgia is probably one of the biggest reasons why we cherish objects. Often objects that we're collecting are ones we have admired since childhood, and as an adult, we have the opportunity to acquire those items that maybe we once owned or wanted to own. In addition to the pleasant feelings people get from collectibles, many accumulate items because they represent something that they value or serve as a way to connect with others. I'm not suggesting that any of my collectibles have any monetary value, but remember, even although they may seem trivial and of little practical use, they mean a lot to the person who's collecting them. You may have been privy to conversations between old friends which might have gone something like this. "Hello, Annie. Do you remember, what do you call her? She lived down the hill." Response from Maggie: "No, I don't think so." Reply: "Oh, you must remember. She had that super thingamajig car with the red, what do you call them?" Again: "No, I really don't remember." "But you must remember. She wore that terrible thingy on her, you know what?" And so the conversation continued. As we get older, we need little reminders or objects to help us remember, but only don't collect too many. Happy memories. Have a nostalgic week. Bye.